The idea of becoming every man's dream woman is not about superficiality or conforming to external standards. It is a reflection of a deeper, more profound understanding of one's own potential and the power of a healthy, balanced life. The world often presents an idealized image of femininity that is entirely rooted in external characteristics, beauty, poise, charm. While these qualities can be part of a person's allure, they do not form the foundation of a truly exceptional woman. If you take care of your mind, body, and soul, there is a lot of exciting and rewarding things you can do. You can solidify your mind, body, and soul. The woman who can claim the title of being every man's dream is not one who adheres to this shallow checklist, but one who exists in full alignment with her own potential, who understands herself deeply, and who has cultivated the virtues that make her not just desirable, but also inspiring. This vision requires a woman to focus on her own development, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, without seeking validation from outside sources. She is not a reflection of the world's expectations. Instead, she is a reflection of her own self-worth. This is not a narcissistic ideal, but rather a healthy, self-respecting approach to life. To become the woman who captivates the deepest longings of any man, a woman must first captivate herself with the depth of her own existence. The first step on this path is understanding one's own value, not as an object or a prize to be won, but as a unique individual with inherent worth and endless potential. True confidence is not about superficial bravado, but about a grounded and authentic sense of self. It is the result of introspection, struggle, and growth. It is about recognizing one's strengths while being open to confronting weaknesses. Confidence comes not from never failing, but from continually standing up after each fall and continuing the journey towards self-improvement. The woman who embodies this confidence carries an aura of tranquility that comes from knowing she has faced and overcome her own challenges. Her ability to navigate the complexities of life with grace and poise is rooted in her understanding of the chaotic forces within herself and the world around her. She has made peace with the fact that life is difficult, that suffering is inevitable, and that real growth often comes through adversity. The long and short of it, she tolerates the varying degrees of suffering so that life does not overtake her, and that real growth often comes through adversity. This inner peace, forged through the acceptance of life's uncertainties, becomes an attractive quality to those around her. In addition to inner strength, she must possess the wisdom that comes from her experiences. This wisdom is not simply about accumulating knowledge or achieving career success. It is about understanding people, relationships, and the subtleties of the human condition. A truly remarkable woman knows how to listen deeply and speak with sincerity. She understands that words carry weight and that communication is not merely a transaction, but a bridge to mutual understanding. Lesson: she speaks not only to inform, but to connect. When she engages with others, she does so with the intent of sharing her authentic self, not of manipulating or controlling the conversation. It is also critical to understand that being every man's dream woman doesn't mean adopting a one-size-fits-all approach. It means being attuned to the diversity of men and understanding the nuances that make each individual unique. This requires empathy and a deep ability to recognize the needs and desires of others. A woman who can engage with men not as potential suitors to be won over, but as human beings with their own complexities, is a woman who is rare and valuable. She doesn't simply charm, she connects. She doesn't simply try to please, she builds understanding and respect. This kind of woman does not seek validation through external sources, whether it's compliments, attention, or approval. Her sense of worth does not hinge on whether she is admired or desired by others. Rather, her validation comes from an internal place of self-respect. She is content in her own skin, free from the societal pressures that dictate what is beautiful or desirable. This doesn't mean she is unconcerned with her appearance or that she lacks the desire to be loved and cherished. It means that her self-esteem is not contingent upon these things. She knows that true beauty emanates from the inside, from the integrity of one's character and the consistency of one's actions. Emotional intelligence plays a pivotal role in shaping the dream woman, as it allows her to navigate the complexities of relationships with wisdom and care. The ability to understand and manage one's own emotions, as well as to recognize and empathize with the emotions of others, is a powerful skill that not only enhances personal relationships, but also builds trust and connection. The emotionally intelligent woman knows how to express herself honestly while being mindful of how her words affect others. She also understands the importance of boundaries and knows when to protect her own emotional space. Physical appearance, while not the foundation of one's true worth, is undeniably part of how we present ourselves to the world. But even here, the woman who is every man's dream does not conform to any narrow or superficial ideal. She respects her body, understands its needs, and cares for it in a way that supports her physical and mental well-being. The dream woman recognizes that true vitality is not simply a result of external beauty, but of energy, health, and strength. She is not obsessed with perfection, but seeks to honor her body through balance and care. This may involve exercise, eating nourishing foods, and taking time for rest and recovery. She understands that her physical health is a key pillar of her overall well-being. To truly connect with others, she must also possess the ability to give love and affection in a way that is generous and unselfish. The woman who becomes every man's dream does not give love to gain something in return. She gives because love is an essential part of who she is. Her love is not transactional, it is unconditional. She does not give in order to be loved back or to fulfill some societal expectation. Instead, she gives because she has an abundance of love within her and feels called to share it with the world around her. In whatever way she can, Elizabeth Gaze. At the same time, the dream woman understands that love is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to work through it with patience and resilience. She knows that relationships require effort, that true intimacy is forged in the fires of disagreement, compromise, and mutual growth. She does not seek to control or manipulate the men around her, but rather she seeks to grow with them. She understands that each relationship, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, is an opportunity for mutual development, and that love is built on respect, trust, and shared values. That is the starting point. One of the most powerful traits a woman can cultivate is the ability to lead by example. She does not need to assert herself constantly or demand attention in order to be recognized. Her actions speak for themselves. She is someone who lives with purpose, who aligns her daily choices with her values, and who sets the standard for the kind of life she wants to lead. In doing so, she naturally inspires others to rise to the occasion as well. Leadership in this sense is not about dominance, but about embodying a way of life that others want to emulate. We need leadership who can lead from a sense of responsibility and take responsibility for themselves. Moreover, she understands the importance of self-reliance. Being every man's dream woman is not about needing a man to complete her. It is about choosing to share her life with someone because she wants to, not because she needs to. The dream woman is whole in herself. She brings value to a relationship, but she does not seek to fill a void within herself through another person. Now, she understands that the foundation of any successful partnership is the ability to maintain one's individuality while still building something meaningful together. So, this idea of self-reliance is not just about independence, but also about the courage to face life's challenges head-on, to embrace discomfort, and to keep moving forward even when the path ahead seems unclear. The dream woman is not afraid to stand up for herself, to speak her truth, and to fight for what she believes in. She is not intimidated by adversity, and she doesn't shy away from difficult conversations or situations. But she knows that strength is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. She is also patient with the process of life and growth. Becoming every man's dream woman is not about achieving perfection overnight. It is an ongoing journey, a commitment to continual self-improvement and learning. This process requires humility, for it means recognizing that no one is perfect and that we all have areas of growth. A woman who has mastered the art of patience with herself and others exudes a quiet strength that others cannot help but admire. Finally, the woman who becomes every man's dream is not a woman who fits into a mold, but a woman who refuses to be defined by others. She is an individual who knows her worth and is willing to walk her own path, regardless of societal pressures or fleeting trends. She does not need external validation to know that she is worthy of love and respect. Her worth is intrinsic, and it is from this deep-seated understanding that she engages with the world around her. Have lots of compassion for yourself and everyone around you who is committed to becoming the best version of yourself. She is the woman who brings her full, authentic self to the table and invites others to do the same. In the end, becoming every man's dream woman is not about seeking to fulfill anyone's expectations, but about creating a life that reflects one's own values, growth, and self-awareness. It is a journey of self-discovery, of learning to stand firm in one's own truth, and of cultivating the kind of virtues that inspire respect, admiration, and love from others. The woman who embarks on this path becomes not only a dream to others, but also an inspiration for them to become the best version of themselves as well. Through her own dedication to living authentically, she inspires the same in others, creating a cycle of growth, connection, and mutual respect. Becoming every man's dream woman begins with cultivating a deep sense of self-worth that is not dependent on external validation. True confidence comes from understanding and embracing one's own unique strengths, values, and potential, rather than conforming to superficial standards. Building meaningful relationships requires emotional intelligence, the ability to understand, manage, and empathize with emotions, both one's own and others. The dream woman engages authentically, listens deeply, and fosters connections based on mutual respect and understanding. The dream woman leads by example, demonstrating strength, resilience, and purpose. She continuously works on self-improvement, embraces life's challenges, and inspires others through her actions and commitment to living authentically without needing external recognition to affirm her value. Self-worth and authenticity are the cornerstones of becoming the person you are meant to be. They represent a deep, unwavering sense of value that arises from within, not from the validation of others or the fleeting opinions of the world. True self-worth is grounded in the understanding that your value is intrinsic. It is not dependent on your accomplishments, how you look, or how others perceive you. It is a recognition that you are inherently worthy simply because you exist and bring something unique to the world. Authenticity, on the other hand, is about living in alignment with your true self. It is about rejecting the expectations and pressures placed on you by society, family, or peers, and instead following the call of your inner truth. It means showing up as you are, flaws, vulnerabilities, strengths, and all, and not pretending to be someone you're not in order to gain approval or acceptance. When self-worth and authenticity are in harmony, you begin to unlock your full potential and live a life of freedom, creativity, and fulfillment. The foundation of self-worth comes from a deep understanding of who you are at your core. It's easy to get caught up in the demands of the outside world, the expectations from family, friends, society, or even the media about who you should be or how you should look. These external pressures often create an illusion that your worth is determined by meeting these expectations. In truth, self-worth is something that can only come from within. It's about embracing your own uniqueness and recognizing that your value is not conditional on external achievements or appearances. You do not need to fit a mold or adhere to a standard set by someone else to feel worthy of love, respect, or success. When you begin to understand that your worth is inherent, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others. This doesn't mean you become indifferent or apathetic to the world around you. Rather, it means that you stop chasing validation from people or circumstances outside yourself. The external world is constantly changing, and if you rely on it to define your self-worth, you will always be at the mercy of external approval. But when you recognize that your value comes from within, you develop an internal compass that guides your decisions and actions. This sense of internal validation allows you to embrace authenticity fully. Authenticity is the ability to show up as your true self without fear of judgment or rejection. It is the courage to speak your truth, act in alignment with your values, and be honest with yourself and others, even when it is uncomfortable. Authenticity means not bending or twisting who you are to fit someone else's expectations. It is about letting go of the need to be liked or admired and embracing the reality that your uniqueness is your greatest asset. In a world where societal norms and expectations are often rigid and unyielding, it can be challenging to live authentically. We are taught from a young age to conform, to fit in, to follow the rules, to do what is expected of us. These teachings, while sometimes well-meaning, often result in a disconnect from our true selves. Over time, we can lose touch with the essence of who we are, and instead begin to live in a way that is designed to gain approval or avoid criticism. However, when you choose to live authentically, you make a powerful statement. You are no longer willing to be defined by the opinions of others. Authenticity requires self-awareness, the ability to look inward and understand your desires, values, passions, and purpose. This process of self-discovery may be uncomfortable at times, as it requires you to question the roles you have been playing and the beliefs you have been following. Authenticity requires you to question the roles you have been playing and the beliefs you have been following. But it is through this process that you begin to shed the layers of conditioning and reclaim your true self. Self-worth and authenticity are intertwined. When you value yourself, you allow yourself to be authentic. And when you live authentically, you reinforce your sense of self-worth. This cycle creates a powerful feedback loop that propels you forward. It gives you the strength to stand firm in your beliefs, to speak your mind, and to make choices that align with your values, even when they go against the grain. The more you honor your true self, the more confident you become in your own abilities, and the more you can trust yourself to make decisions that are in your best interest. Living authentically doesn't mean rejecting others or their viewpoints. Rather, it means being honest about who you are and being open to others doing the same. It fosters an environment of mutual respect and understanding. When you are authentic, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are rather than for the persona you have created to please them. Incentives. Limited incentives on performance according to results. The connections you make in this space are more genuine and fulfilling because they are built on a foundation of honesty and self-awareness. Part of the process of embracing self-worth and authenticity is learning to let go of the need for external validation. In a world that often measures success by material achievements, appearance, and popularity, it can be easy to get caught up in seeking approval. However, this pursuit can be exhausting and ultimately unfulfilling. The truth is, no amount of external validation will ever be enough if you do not first cultivate a deep sense of self-worth within yourself. So, self-worth is not something that can be earned through accolades or external accomplishments. It is a state of being that you claim for yourself. It is the recognition that you are deserving of love, respect, and success simply because you exist. This sense of worth allows you to navigate life with confidence, resilience, and a sense of inner peace because you are no longer chasing after approval or comparing yourself to others. Self-worth is not mandated as a rational phenomenon, but rather is your duty, your responsibility, and your sense of inner peace. Instead of seeking validation from the outside, you begin to source your confidence from within. You recognize that your value is not determined by how much money you make, how many followers you have on social media, or how others perceive you. Instead, your self-worth is grounded in the understanding that you are enough, just as you are. You are worthy of love, happiness, and success, not because of anything you've done or achieved, but simply because you are human and you matter. One of the greatest challenges in embracing self-worth and authenticity is overcoming the fear of judgment. Society often encourages us to conform and to seek approval from others, which can make the idea of living authentically seem daunting. The fear of rejection, criticism, or being misunderstood can be paralyzing. However, when you embrace your self-worth, you begin to recognize that the opinions of others do not define you. You start to see that the people who matter in your life will appreciate you for who you are, and those who don't are not the right fit for your journey. Authenticity also requires vulnerability. It means being willing to show up as your full, imperfect self without hiding behind a mask or pretending to be something you're not. This vulnerability is where real connection happens. When you allow yourself to be open and authentic, you invite others to do the same. It creates a space for deeper, more meaningful relationships because you are both engaging from a place of truth rather than pretense. In relationships, whether personal or professional, living authentically allows you to establish boundaries and communicate your needs with clarity and respect. You no longer feel the need to compromise your values or desires in order to fit in or gain approval. You are free to express your opinions and desires, even if they differ from others. This self-respect and honesty form the foundation for healthy, balanced relationships, where both parties can thrive and support one another in their authentic journeys. Furthermore, self-worth and authenticity empower you to pursue your dreams and passions without fear of failure or rejection. When you value yourself and are in tune with your true desires, you are no longer held back by the limitations or expectations imposed by others. You begin to take risks, follow your passions, and step into opportunities that align with your authentic self. The fear of failure becomes less daunting because you know that your worth is not determined by external outcomes. It is inherent and unwavering. Living authentically and cultivating self-worth also means taking ownership of your choices in your life. You recognize that you are the creator of your reality, and you take full responsibility for the decisions you make. This accountability allows you to grow, learn from mistakes, and make course corrections when necessary. Rather than blaming others or circumstances for your challenges, you take the initiative to create the life you want. This sense of agency is empowering and reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving great things. Self-worth and authenticity are also about self-compassion. It's about treating yourself with kindness and understanding, even when you fall short or make mistakes. You recognize that being human means being imperfect and that your worth is not contingent upon perfection. You forgive yourself when you slip up, and you learn from your experiences without letting them define you. Self-compassion allows you to approach life with a sense of grace and acceptance, knowing that you are worthy of love and respect regardless of your flaws or shortcomings. As you continue to grow in self-worth and authenticity, you begin to attract people and opportunities that align with your true self. You no longer settle for relationships or experiences that don't honor your worth because you understand what you deserve. You create a life that reflects your values and desires, and in doing so, you cultivate a sense of fulfillment and joy that comes from living in alignment with your true self. The journey to embracing self-worth and authenticity is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of self-discovery, growth, and acceptance. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of the need for external validation. It means embracing your unique gifts, your imperfections, and your humanity, and living in a way that reflects the truth of who you are. When you do this, you unlock a level of freedom, joy, and fulfillment that comes from living authentically, an empowerment that flows from knowing that you are enough just as you are. Emotional intelligence, EI, is often regarded as one of the most important qualities for building meaningful connections with others. Mindfulness, deep breathing exercises, and physical activity are all effective strategies for reducing emotional reactivity and maintaining composure during difficult situations. The more someone practices regulating their emotions, the more it becomes second nature. As they develop this skill, they gain greater emotional stability and are better equipped to handle the ups and downs of life. Empathy can be nurtured through active listening and an open-hearted approach to others. This involves putting aside personal biases and judgments in order to fully understand the emotions and experiences of others. It may require stepping out of one's comfort zone and engaging in difficult conversations or offering support to those in need. By making an effort to be present with others, we deepen our emotional connections and create a more compassionate and understanding world. Finally, social skills and communication can be developed through regular practice and feedback. Engaging in social interactions, both formal and informal, allows individuals to hone their ability to navigate diverse social situations. Seeking feedback from others on communication styles and conflict resolution approaches can provide valuable insights and help improve one's emotional intelligence. Over time, these skills become more refined and individuals develop a greater sense of ease in their relationships. In summary, emotional intelligence is the key to fostering deep, meaningful connections with others. By cultivating self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills, individuals can navigate complex emotional landscapes with grace and understanding. Emotional intelligence strengthens relationships, promotes effective communication, and allows individuals to connect with others on a deeper level. It is a vital skill for leadership, personal relationships, and overall well-being, and it is something that can be developed and refined throughout one's life. By embracing emotional intelligence, we can create a world where empathy, compassion, and connection are the foundation of human interaction. Personal growth and leadership are two interconnected concepts that play a vital role in shaping both individual lives and the communities they impact. The journey of personal growth is a continual process of self-discovery, learning, and improvement, while leadership is the ability to inspire, guide, and influence others toward a common goal or vision. In personal growth, many times our capacity to lead is limitless, regardless of our personal duties or individual integrity. And this is a crucial factor for leaderships. Though they are often discussed separately, personal growth and leadership are deeply intertwined, with each process supporting and enhancing the other. The more an individual commits to their personal growth, the more they develop the emotional intelligence, resilience, and vision necessary for effective leadership. Personal growth begins with a deep commitment to self-awareness. Understanding who you are, what you stand for, and what drives you is the foundation upon which all growth builds. The process of self-awareness is often uncomfortable, as it forces individuals to confront their own weaknesses, limitations, and biases. However, it is precisely through this process that personal growth occurs. Relationships are built with compassion and patience, our love and joy, and only when we are willing to take an honest look at ourselves can we begin to make the necessary changes that will allow us to reach our full potential. This self-reflection is essential in identifying areas for improvement and taking the steps needed to develop a stronger sense of self. This constraint provides an opportunity for us to better understand ourselves and reflect on our lives. Self-awareness is not just about recognizing one's strengths and weaknesses. It also involves understanding one's values, passions, and purpose. Each person has unique qualities that make them who they are. Discovering and embracing these qualities allows individuals to live more authentically, and authenticity is crucial for both personal fulfillment and effective leadership. A leader who is not authentic is often viewed as disconnected, untrustworthy, or uninspiring. In contrast, when a leader is self-aware and confident in their identity, they can inspire trust and confidence in those they lead. As individuals embark on the journey of personal growth, they often encounter challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. These are inevitable aspects of the growth process. However, how one responds to these challenges is what ultimately defines their ability to grow. A growth mindset is essential for overcoming adversity. This mindset is grounded in the belief that abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed over time through effort and learning. Those with a growth mindset approach challenges as opportunities for learning rather than threats to their competence or worth. This perspective allows them to persist in the face of difficulties, continually improving and adapting as they go. In personal growth, resilience is a key trait that individuals must cultivate. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, learn from failure, and keep moving forward. It is the mental and emotional strength that allows people to maintain their focus and drive even when circumstances are difficult or discouraging. Resilient individuals do not let obstacles defeat them. Instead, they view each challenge as a chance to grow stronger, more capable, and more determined. They are not defined by their failures, but by their ability to rise above them. This resilience is crucial not only for personal development, but also for effective leadership, as leaders must often navigate uncertain or difficult situations. Personal growth also involves a commitment to lifelong learning. The world is constantly changing, and the ability to adapt and grow in response to new information, experiences, and challenges is essential. Learning is not just about acquiring knowledge, but about developing the skills, habits, and mindsets that support growth and progress. This might involve seeking out new experiences, exploring different perspectives, and being open to feedback. Lifelong learning requires curiosity, humility, and a willingness to embrace discomfort. It is the understanding that growth does not have a defined end point. It is a continuous journey that requires both dedication and openness to change. One of the most significant aspects of personal growth is the cultivation of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to understand and manage one's own emotions, as well as to recognize and influence the emotions of others. It involves skills such as empathy, self-regulation, and social awareness, qualities that are not only essential for personal development, but also for effective leadership. Emotional intelligence allows individuals to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics, build strong relationships, and foster trust and cooperation. Leaders who possess emotional intelligence are better able to inspire, motivate, and connect with their teams, creating an environment where everyone feels valued, understood, and supported. As individuals grow personally, they begin to understand their own leadership potential. Leadership is not defined by titles or positions of power, but by the ability to influence, inspire, and empower others. Leadership begins with self-leadership, the ability to take responsibility for one's own life, choices, and actions. Those who practice self-leadership are not passive in their journey. They take active steps to shape their own destiny. They set goals, make decisions, and take responsibility for their progress. Self-leadership involves holding oneself accountable, maintaining integrity, and remaining committed to one's personal values and vision. The role of a leader is multifaceted. A leader must be able to set a vision, communicate that vision effectively, and motivate others to work toward it. This requires not only strong communication skills, but also the ability to inspire others with a sense of purpose and meaning. A leader's vision serves as a guiding light that helps people see the bigger picture, even when day-to-day tasks and challenges seem overwhelming. A great leader can help others see how their individual efforts contribute to a larger mission, thereby fostering a sense of ownership, pride, and motivation. Leadership also requires the ability to make difficult decisions, sometimes under pressure. These decisions must be made with wisdom and consideration, as they can have a profound impact on others. Strong leaders are not afraid to make tough choices, but they do so with a deep sense of responsibility and a commitment to doing what is right. Ethical leadership is essential, as leaders are often seen as role models by those they lead. The integrity and values that a leader demonstrates set the tone for the entire group or organization. A leader who acts with honesty, fairness, and transparency earns the trust and respect of those they lead, which in turn strengthens the bonds within the team or community. One of the most important aspects of leadership is the ability to empower others. Leadership is not about exerting control over others, but about empowering them to reach their full potential. A great leader recognizes the strengths in others and encourages them to develop those strengths. They provide support, guidance, and opportunities for growth, creating an environment in which individuals feel empowered to take initiative and contribute their unique talents. When people feel empowered, they are more engaged, motivated, and committed to the collective vision. Effective leaders also understand the value of collaboration. Leadership is not a solitary pursuit. It requires working with others toward a common goal. A leader who fosters collaboration creates an inclusive, supportive environment where diverse ideas and perspectives are valued. This leads to more creative problem solving, greater innovation, and stronger teamwork. Leaders who embrace collaboration are not threatened by the success of others but celebrate it, knowing that the success of one is the success of all. End quote. A leader's emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in fostering a collaborative and inclusive environment. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are able to read the emotional dynamics of a team, identify potential sources of conflict, and address them before they escalate. They create a culture of open communication, trust, and mutual respect, where individuals feel safe to express their ideas and concerns. End quote. Emotional intelligence also helps leaders build strong, empathetic relationships with their team members, creating a sense of connection and loyalty. As individuals continue to develop personally, they increasingly realize that leadership is about service, not self-interest. True leaders are motivated by a desire to serve others, to contribute to the greater good, and to make a positive impact. This mindset of service is rooted in humility and selflessness. Great leaders do not seek power or recognition for their own sake, but for the opportunity to help others grow and succeed. They understand that their role is not to dominate, but to support and elevate others, helping them realize their potential and achieve their goals. Personal growth and leadership require continuous effort, introspection, and dedication. Both processes involve challenges, but they also offer immense rewards. As individuals invest in their personal growth, they develop the qualities that make them effective leaders: self-awarenesses, resilience, emotional intelligence, and a sense of purpose. They learn to lead with integrity, inspire others with a clear vision, and empower those around them to reach their full potential. Ultimately, personal growth and leadership are not just about achieving individual success. They are about creating positive, lasting change in the lives of others and in the world. A leader who is committed to their own growth and the growth of others creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond their own actions, leaving a legacy of impact, transformation, and inspiration.